Wrestling on weed.
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 Wrestling on weed. Subscribe today. Otherwise, we're gonna have a problem.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Mr. HD, back in the building. You know what it is, WoW Nation, and we here for a while. We're going to cover all the news from the last few days. We're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. We got a lot of stuff to get into, you know what I mean? So we're going to get right into it. Make sure you like the video when you come in. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, man. Help us get to 600 subs. We on our way. We greatly appreciate it. I got brother Physics in the building.
Yes, sir. Going on? Living the life. You know who it is. What a worship, your boy Physics, aka Fizz L. Feel me though. You know, just living the life right now. Can't complain.
Man. That's what's up. So we gonna get into all these news topics because there is literally a shitload. There's like 30 different things that happened in the news over the last few days, and we're gonna try to get into them all before we do a quick recap and blunt ratings for Monday Night Raw. Make sure you join the chat as you come through and say what's up. Yeah, and I'm sure the Blue Wrench gang will be here in a minute. Fizz, what's the first story on the day, man?
Andrade El Idolo bids farewell. Early Monday morning, Andrade took to Instagram to post a photo of him holding the mask he will wear in AEW while making his way to the ring. He also included the following message: I just want to say thank you. Bye. Hashtag how you know. Andrade post will certainly fuel speculation that he has been granted his release for AEW, or if nothing else, is looking to get out of his AEW contract. Rumors have swirled that the Los Ingobernables founder was looking for a way out of the promotion shortly after reports emerged that WWE had reached out to several AEW talents regarding their contractual status, which was then followed by several cryptic posts by Andrade hinting at dissatisfaction. The former WWE and CMLL star hasn't been in AEW and hasn't been seen since the September 28th episode of Rampage when he challenged 10 to a mask versus career match. On the following week's Rampage, the match was called off after Andrade was sent home the next Wednesday following an altercation with Sammy Guevara after the two had exchanged words over social media days before. Well, there's obviously been some interpretation that to mean he's done with AEW. Others point out that the black mask he uses during entrance was in all the pictures and thinks he may just be referring to that / working the internet. Layla, what do you think?
I have no idea. I mean, the Zelina Vega replying and with heart emojis, like she knew something, because I'm sure they're still friends. They work together in WWE. Obviously, they got each other over there. So, I have no idea. Maybe he's actually leaving. It's well known at this point that he doesn't want to be there. Like that's not a work. That's a shoot. He don't want to be there. So his wife is over in WWE. Triple H is in charge now. He probably just wants to go back, and he's doing whatever he can. He trying to start fights and shit. He's doing all kind of crazy. Saying
I mean, that's what the content guy just said. He said he's trying to go back home to Papa H.
Yeah, man. He trying to get up out of there, man. And I don't blame him. What the fuck have they done with him? You know what I mean? So It's like, their roster is already overbloated. They're signing more luchadors every fucking week. So it's like, what are they gonna have a whole lucha division or some shit? You know what I mean? It's like, but they got Bandito
what makes them
now.
Special with everything that was going on.
Yeah. So, you know, it is what it is. I hope he's actually leaving. I hope for him and for wrestling fans that he's actually leaving. You know what I mean?
On Wrestlers Urban Radio, Dave Meltzer said there is at least some belief the least usage of Carry On Wayward Son as a theme, specifically the lyrics, was a shot at CM Punk. He later said they had already decided to use the theme before that whole situation happened. Wrestling Observer's Dave Meltzer now says the Elite will use Kansas Carry On Wayward Son as their entrance music, but only for trios and not for Kenny Omega single or Young Buck tag matches.
Of course, because they already have great theme songs individually. So why would they screw with that? You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean it's a good song, obviously classic song. I knew the song when it came on, so it's obviously not a unknown song. So yeah, I mean it worked. It definitely worked for that entrance. That entrance was fire. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it did.
Definitely worked for that.
Meltzer also says there were several of the most influential wrestlers who had an idea for a finish for the MJF title win over Jon Moxley, but Tony Khan really wanted to keep the idea he had, which was what they went with. How'd you feel about that ending?
So the title match, I mean, I called it. Like I literally said what was gonna happen. I said William Regal's gonna help him win. I said it before the show. I said it during the watch along. Like I knew what was gonna happen. It was kind of obvious how they were, going at each other. You know what I mean? It's like where'd this whole William Regal shit come from out of nowhere? Like why is he beefing with William Regal all of a sudden? They're plotting something. So it's something smell fishy. So I think it worked. You know what I mean? And Moxley's going away anyway. The BCC probably gonna split up. I don't know if you got the news about Daniel Bryan. You know what I mean?
I know I don't got that.
Yeah, he just made a statement that he's not going to be a full-time wrestler for much longer. Yeah, so he actually said, "No, I don't have a dream scenario for my final match. I would like to wrestle a match or two before I die, right? And to not know that it's my last match, that would kind of be my ideal situation, but I'm not going to be a full-time wrestler for much longer." And he chuckled. That all said, I'm not going to be a full-time, when my AEW contract is up, that's pretty much me being done being a full-time wrestler. But I like the way some people like Terry Funk and Jerry Lawler and those guys do it, where they do it for fun, right? So, I feel like they did what they could for Yuta and the younger guys. I feel like they probably gonna break up the BCC. BPC.
I mean, they got to get this. They got to get Bryan Danielson into the G1. Like that was one of the main reasons why he went to AEW, and the fact that WWE said we're okay with you doing that.
Yeah.
And he could have just stayed. And if he does his whole time there and never gets the chance to do G1,
that would be whack.
I'll be kind of a little bit pissed about that.
Yeah. Nah, the
and
G1
Wrestle Kingdom's card is already
tournament. Yeah.
Yeah, and Wrestle Kingdom's already kind of set. They Kenny and Will Ospreay and like they've already kind of setting everything up.
It's a major
right
story.
now it just looks looks like it might not be happening. So yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, members of members
of the House of Black, Malachi and Buddy Matthews were in New York for Full Gear, according to Fightful Select. So we weren't that far away from what we thought could have happened. So
right, but it didn't, unfortunately.
He never appeared on the show or was hinted at, but Fightful also says Marco Stunt was in town for Full Gear this past weekend. No word on anything if it may come of it. I'm guessing they probably were throwing around the idea of him being involved in the Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy match, which he wasn't needed. So
yeah,
right call.
Indeed.
Yeah, the Von Erichs biopic, The Iron Claw, that MJF is involved in, will be set during the 1980s and likely include someone playing Ric Flair per the Wrestling Observer newsletter. So we don't know who MJF is playing yet in that movie.
Oh, that's the movie he was talking about he was going to. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. I had no clue.
WWE Royal Rumble 2023, slated for Saturday, January 28th, has broken the company's record for the largest gate in the event's 36-year history.
5 million.
Over the weekend, Royal Rumble surpassed the $5 million mark in previous record holder from 2017, the last time the event was held at the San Antonio's Alamo Dome. This carries a 2022 trend into 2023, where WWE set gate records for many of its events, including WrestleMania, Extreme Rules, and Crown Jewel. As of November 18, Russell Tix reported WWE had distributed tickets for 30,361 of the 33,874 seats available with the Alamodome's current configuration for the Royal Rumble. The 2017 show in the same building boasted attendance of more than 50,000. So if they get more than 50, just know it's not real. It's possible more were sold over the weekend, but at least last week's number, a $5 million gate, would mean the average ticket price is more than $160. So
Crazy.
big business. Word to Swiss Beats is
I gotta see if
happening
I can get a
in
WrestleMania ticket.
WWE. Mia Yim is officially Mi Chan as of last night. Mia Yim confirmed on Twitter that she owns the rights to her name, the name Mia Yim, and she always wants to keep those rights no matter what, no matter where she works. And Mi Chan was her idea. Since WWE wants copyright of something, she wasn't gonna give them the copyright of the name Mia Yim, but she was like, "All right, you get Mi Chan." But the weird thing is, all throughout Raw, they did not call her that. So
They kept messing it up. They said that
they called her Mia Yim throughout the night.
yeah, I'm like, did they forget? Were they not listening to the promo? I'm confused. But yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Fightful Select says Becky Lynch is expected back soon. The site reminds us that plans change, but Lynch was discussed and planned as the fifth partner in the Survivor Series War Games match that has been speculated for quite some time. She will be back, but it won't be at War Games.
Yeah, we'll see. They could be throwing us off the scent or trying to. I don't know what. I don't know.
Well, the last one I have is a possible spoiler. So,
Okay. All right.
when I get to the last one after this one, y'all have a minute to leave.
Right.
If you don't want to know what possibly could happen on Saturday. And you can close your ears, Lingalo, if you don't want to know what's going to happen on Saturday.
Facts. Cue the content guy. What's cracking, man? Gruss, what's cracking? KGM in the building. Knew the Blue Wrench gang being here soon. What's cracking, y'all? We're covering all these news stories right now. Y'all know what it is. Before we move on, Fizz, you mentioned something earlier. I think it deserves like a little more, you know what I mean? A little more attention because Kenny Omega definitely showed up over there at the Stardom show and challenged Will Ospreay. Like that's
challenge him up from the screen.
It's like that's
saying
gonna
he
be the
needs to
greatest
save the
match of the
company.
year.
And Will Ospreay told him on Twitter, you need to worry about saving your own company.
Yo, that shit was
Don't worry
crazy.
about what's going on over here, sir.
He was like, man said he coming to save my company. Bro, save your own company. I was like, oh. That was saucy. That was spicy right there. I was like, yeah, that's what's up, man. Will always got some funny shit to say. He went at Braun Strowman. He's good at Twitter. You know what I mean? Will's good at Twitter. I'll give him that. But yeah, man, go ahead. I just wanted to throw that out there because possibly in some people's eyes, the two greatest wrestlers on planet Earth. You know what I mean? Arguably, obviously. So it's a big deal. Happening January 4th, if I believe that to be right.
That's going to be
Wrestle
the
Kingdom,
January
17.
4th show, Wrestle Kingdom. And on that same card for the January 4th, because they do 2 nights, we got the IWGP War Heavyweight Championship with Jay White versus Okada. Can't go wrong with Okada. We got the United States Heavyweight Championship match, which we talked about, which Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega. We have the Junior Heavyweight Championship with Taiji Ishimori versus Takahashi versus El Desperado versus Master Wato. We have the Heavyweight Tag Team Championship, FTR versus to be announced.
Okay.
And the World Television Championship Tournament Finals, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ren Narita. And they also going to have a IWGP Women's Championship match that night as well.
It's a great transition, brother, because we now have a brand new, first ever crowned women's IWGP champion. That's crazy. And it is former WWE superstar Kairi Sane.
If you're going to put it on anybody.
I am ecstatic for Kairi, man. I'm so happy for her. She deserves it. She was great in WWE as a babyface. She was great as a heel with Asuka. She was great. She was just great. And I felt like she never got her just due. She wanted to go back over there and be with her husband and her family. Great. I think she I don't know if she's still an ambassador for WWE. I don't think, because I was like, is that the forbidden door being cracked? Because I remember when she left, she was kind of like working with WWE, but over there, I know that was maybe the word.
Yeah,
maybe
she was
that
doing
never,
for WWE Japan, but they got
right.
rid of
It never
WWE
happened.
Japan, so she's no
Right,
longer
okay.
working with them.
Gotcha. So that's why she's doing all this other stuff. But she deserves it. Like, if you're gonna give it to anybody, like I'm super happy for her, man. Congratulations, Kyrie, on being the very first ever IWGP Women's Champion. That's fucking dope. You know what I mean?
You
Things
see, Q the
opening up
content
around
guy
the world.
says, I think Sasha will challenge her before she goes back to
That would be so fire.
WWE.
That would be so fire, bro.
All right, if y'all don't want to be spoiled, close your ears for a minute, skip 1 minute ahead. If you're watching this on a replay, because I'm going to give some news from a very reliable source
Yeah, I
who
heard
usually
about
gets
this.
this stuff right.
Yeah, they usually know what they're talking about.
And that's Russell Votes, because Russell Votes is usually doing
Russell
what they're
Votes usually
doing.
gets that shit right, right?
Saturday, we might know who's going to pop up at Survivor Series. And there's, because a hint of what appears to be blue hair could be seen in WWE's graphic for the mystery member of Bianca Belair's War Games team. There's been speculation amplified by those that Sasha Banks will make her return at Survivor Series this Saturday in Boston. So
That ain't happening. I don't know how people looked at that photo. Did you see the photo?
yeah.
People smoke too much weed. Now, y'all doing acid. I smoke weed. We do weed. I could clearly tell that had nothing to do with Sasha Banks. There was blue tint all over everybody's face and hair. I mean, maybe that's a signal because of the blue. But Sasha changed her hair color like every 5 days. Like, I don't understand how that would be an Easter egg for Sasha's return. I think it's going to be Becky. I think Becky's been ready to return. And I think that it makes a lot of sense for her to return because there's still feuds that she could do. And she shook hands with Bianca before she left. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, she left as a baby face. I just don't see Sasha coming back. There's in this feud, like who's her feud with inside the match? You know what I mean? It's like who's her one-on-one feud with on the other side? She's not feuding with Rhea Ripley because Bianca about to do that. You know what I mean? So
I think she's going to turn.
You think Sasha gonna come back as a heel, bro?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a good decision though. I don't think like she's gonna be one of the hottest wrestlers.
I feel like
Bray Wyatt coming back as a heel. It will work obviously because he's great at his job, but everybody's gonna fucking love her.
This is the first War Games. You got to hit all the greatest hits, and one of the greatest hits about War Games is the turn. We saw Roderick Strong. He turned, and then he got in. He went into the Undisputed Era. Dakota Kai turned on Tegan Knox. Like the turn is one of the biggest things about War Games, and I feel like they're going to play that greatest hits. And you're not going to do it for the men, because if you're going to do it for the men, there's only one person you can use, and that's Kevin Owens. And if Kevin Owens aligns himself with the bloodline, that'd just be too powerful unless it's a long game with him and Sammy to destroy the bloodline from within. Then there's a whole different thing. Then you make it happen. But somebody's going to turn, and I'm leaning more towards the women. And I feel like having it be Sasha Banks, and then we could run back Bianca Belair, Sasha Banks for WrestleMania in Hollywood. Go for it.
I mean, that would be a really, really, really big match for that WrestleMania being in Hollywood. And Sasha's obviously on her movie star shit.
And Sasha gets her win at WrestleMania. So
that she never gets, right? Facts. I mean, it could happen. Definitely could happen. If I had to choose, I would say it's gonna be Becky. I just think it makes more sense. But I mean, I wouldn't be mad either way. Honestly, I wouldn't even be mad if it was Naomi. I don't give. One of the three of them show up. I don't even care. But yeah, is that all the news that you got? I think that's pretty much all we got.
I got a little quick tidbit about WrestleMania 43.
Okay, yep.
WWE has given a verbal commitment to Nashville that the city will host 2027's WrestleMania 43 as long as a proposed enclosed stadium is built in time. The newspaper's report claims Mania was part of the pitch to the Metropolitan Council of Nashville and Davidson County for the $2.1 billion venue that will be the home of the NFL's Tennessee Titans. WWE issued a statement in response to a report praising Nashville, saying it looks forward to hosting many events in partnership with the great city of Nashville at the proposed enclosed stadium. So we might know where we're doing WrestleMania 43, and Nashville's a great city. I always have a good time when I'm there. So.
I've never been, but I hear amazing things about it, and that would be a great excuse to go. Yeah, that would be a great excuse to go for the first time. So I heard the food and the people out there are amazing. Not a big fan of country music, but I don't hate it. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm gonna run out the room if I hear.
I mean, you could be there and not even hear it. So
yeah, so it's yeah, facts. So.
There's a lot of black-owned stuff in Nashville.
Yeah, facts.
So
it's a lot. It's a hip-hop scene out there too. So
Yeah. Shout out to Prince's Chicken.
Facts. That's what's up. We gotta talk about some social media beefs real quick before we do these blunt ratings because
who beefing?
Man, I don't know if I don't know if you want to call it beef, but it was definitely some spicy talk on the internet. First of all, I just got to shout out to Sean Spears, who basically voiced everything that I've been saying and a lot of people have been saying about the interim tag. Yeah, I mean, he basically tweeted saying that this interim stuff is bullshit. You're either champion or you're not. Sean Spears, thank you very much. I'm not sure if you'll have
because WWE don't do interim.
Yeah, and of course they don't, because it's fucking stupid. You know what I mean?
Title change. The only interim champ that WWE has is Vacant. Who's the greatest?
You know what I mean? 150-time champion, nigga. Let's go. You know what I mean? All the reigns, nigga.
Non-binary, Vacant, right. Takes women's championships. He does it
Facts. all. You know what I mean? All the divisions, nigga.
My bad. They do it all because non-binary.
Right, you don't even know, right?
Yeah. We don't know. Vacant greatest champion of all time.
All time.
All Forbidden Door. No Forbidden Door is close to Vacant.
Right. Facts. But some more Twitter spats went down between some AEW wrestlers on the internet because apparently Austin Gunn and the Gunn Brothers, or affectionately known as the Ass Boys, got on and said, for some reason, I don't even know why they said it. It just came out the blue, but they were like, yo, Perry wants to be a gun so bad. And then he came back with something a little spicy himself. He said, I don't know. I think I'd rather prefer being booked on the pay-per-views. I was like, ooh.
That's what happens when you start scissoring off at the mouth.
Right. Yo, I was like, got him. Can't be jumping out there, son. Can't be jumping out there. And then probably the most spicy story in all of pro wrestling, at least in AEW right now that the CM Punk stuff is kind of died down. Not really, but you know what I mean. But this whole Jade Cargill and Bow Wow situation has completely derailed. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, they doing their promo stuff at the Millennium Tour.
See, I don't know what the fuck is going on, because between the Hot 97 interview that she did with Angela Yee and Charlemagne and Envy or whatever, well, that's Power 105 now, ain't it? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's Power 105 now. Yeah. So between that interview and this shit, because on the interview she just went in on Bow Wow, like, who is he? Is it the early 2000s? And she reiterated that he couldn't afford her and all this. She was burying the shit out of Bow Wow. She like, ain't he like 4 feet? I hope they do invite him to a match. Yeah, I mean, so I can whoop his ass. I'm like, damn. She's really emasculating this dude. You know what I mean? All because he asked her, and he's like, I got a husband. Why would he even dare? I was like, bitch, I say I'll take you out on a date every day, and I dare you to talk to me like, what? We have a roast battle out this moment. But I love you, Jade. I love you. If you ever happen to become single, listen, I'm shooting my shot. It's a warning. I'm joking, kind of. But this whole thing, they were at some kind of, the FTX Arena in Miami for the Millennium Tour that Bow Wow was on, and there was like, I don't know if they was about to fight, but Kiera Hogan and what's the other girl name? I forget the third one, the replacement.
Can't remember. I think Brooke. I have no idea.
I know. I forget her name. It's so bad. I'm sorry. But yeah, they were like wrestling, or they weren't wrestling, but they were wrestling with security because it was like they were trying to attack Bow Wow, and he's standing there in front of the cameras and talking shit to them, and they got to hold Jay back. I'm like, all right, is this a work or am I being
It's a work.
It's a work. It got
Yeah,
to be a work because he wants
it's
to
a work.
wrestle, but then he be tweeting that his dream is to wrestle for WWE. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure he would do AEW too. He just wants to wrestle, but it's a work. You sure?
Yes, it's a work because they've
Should be
been
a hella
setting this up
disrespectful.
for a
Like, should be a
while.
hella
They
disrespectful.
started this on Twitter. It's moving to, and you already know what AEW stain is with rappers. So they started this on Twitter. Then they went to Hot 97. Once they went to Hot 97, I was like, oh, we're about to start ramping it up. And then, of course, this came out. And they're trying to do the WWE thing of using actual social media to push it. Because, you know, like when WWE will have wrestlers just fighting in the middle of the parking lot, and they're not using any of their cameras. They just let one of the fans
let the
use it, and
footage
then
get
they
it.
just
Yeah,
ask
yeah,
to use the footage and then go from there. So that's basically what they're doing. They're trying to bull in the reality of it and go from there.
It's a
So
good work.
don't
It's a
be
good
surprised
work.
if Bow Wow comes with, he'll pop up and then he was like, this is the person that's going to beat your streak, and then we'll see who's running around with Bow Wow.
That's kind of what. See, when I thought about it, I was like, he got to bring in some female wrestler. He got to, like, you know,
Yeah.
get a female wrestler. And yeah, I thought that crossed my mind. I would actually like to see that. It might be entertaining. I don't know. You know, Rick Ross done got me open to seeing any rapper on TV now. Because if he's gonna be that entertaining for the 5 minutes he was on, maybe anybody can do it. But yeah, that's pretty much all of the news for today. Fizz, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, you guys, you know what it is. We about to talk about Monday Night Raw in T-minus 2, 1.
It's time for the Blunt Ratings. If this is your first time tuning in, this is how the Blunt Ratings work. We take each show and break them down into 5 categories: matches, promos and backstage segments, storytelling, commentary, and the crowd. For each category, each show can get up to 5 blunts. The average score of those 5 categories stands as the official Blunt Rating. Those are the rules. Now let's get right into tonight's edition of the Blunt Ratings.
We want the smoke.
Talk to him.
We want the smoke.
Uh-huh.
We want the smoke.
Come on, Charlie.
Boom. Oh, wrong one. Hold on. Let me get my buttons right. There we go. Got my buttons right. I was like, dang, I switched some stuff up. Sorry, guys. Dang, why is my... Okay, let me fix this. Technical difficulties. Hold on, where's your fucking camera? Ecan with these updates, man. See, it's good when the updates happen because they add so much stuff, but then I got to figure everything out on the fly. Hold on, let me get Fizz here real quick. Where is my camera sources? Why did they move everything? Come on, Ecan. What are y'all doing? Camera. Okay, let me just go to my overlays and just do it this way. Unlock that. All right, there we go. Let's get Fizz up in here. Dang, man, they done switched up the buttons. You stupid. Wild Nation, what's cracking? Thank you for bearing with my my technical issues over here. It's really user error, more or less. Need to be prepared. But yeah, we gonna do the blunt ratings for Monday Night Raw. We're gonna talk about the show from last night and give it a blunt rating at the end. You know how it goes if you've been here before. That's a new word I just made up. But the show started off with Seth with you know. They're talking about Rollins, how he's going to defend his U.S. title against Theory and Lashley. That's going to be a thing, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. But yeah, we had Austin Theory. Who did the opening promo?
Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. That's why I was like, who did the fucking opening promo? Kevin Owens came out and basically was like, you know, I know everybody thinks I'm, you know, trying to get at Sami Zayn or whatever, but actually I'm really joining the Survivor Series team because I got an issue with Roman Reigns. We all know the thing. Roman.
Yeah. And he said we're friends. So that's why it gave me the hint of if somebody does switch on the War Games team and it's not on the women's side, it's KO.
Yeah, I could. I
Because
mean,
also
he's known
when
for
they
it.
were all together, when the rest of the crew comes out, he's the one. He was by himself sitting on
Then,
the turnbuckle.
yep, sitting on the turnbuckle, like standing. Yeah, and it was Drew later when they did the pose
Yeah.
after the match. But yeah, it was KO kind of doing his own thing a little bit. But he was just, like you said, stating why he was on the team or whatever. He's going after Roman Reigns. He wants those titles that he feel he should have had 2 years ago. Says Roman's reign might not have ever happened, might have ended before it actually started if it wasn't for the bloodline or whatever. So that's what he wants to do. And then he says, but I'm not, I didn't come to Raw alone, obviously, because he's SmackDown superstar now, and so is everyone in War Games. So, it's a SmackDown heavy War Games. It's all SmackDown people. But that's when the
The
Brawling
women of
Brutes came
Raw,
out.
the
The women of Raw and the
SmackDown
men of
is-
SmackDown.
yeah.
I just noticed that just now. I ain't gonna even lie. I
I noticed
just,
a few weeks ago. I was
yeah,
like, oh,
that
this
just
is what we're
dawned
doing.
on me. I was like, holy shit. They did it like that. So you still got the Raw and SmackDown separation there. So cool. But yeah, the Brawling Brutes came out. They cut a promo, super babyface promo. And then Drew McIntyre showed up and, said some things that Drew McIntyre says, standard Drew stuff. But then they got interrupted because it's Monday Night Raw, and you know what stable runs Monday Night Raw? Judgment Day, which was pretty cool. I actually enjoyed this interaction. You know what I mean? They talk shit. Judgment Day like, yo, this our show, bitch. What are you doing here? Go back where you belong. You know what I mean? So, Finn Balor is such a Weasley Hill.
Go say
I
hi
love
to
him
my
now.
deadbeat daddy.
Yeah, like, oh man, like this group is so over now. I think Damian Priest still needs a little work, but at least he's still like the big guy muscle. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
at this point, Dom is hilarious. You know what I mean? Fucking Finn Balor is hilarious. He purposely says stupid, corny shit just to troll people. And Rhea Ripley's Rhea Ripley. I mean, she's mommy, so everybody love Rhea right now. So Judgment Day is fire right now. They on fire right now. So they came out and basically I don't know if they challenged him to a match, but a match happened. We got a 3-on-3 match between
They challenged
Judgment
him.
Day. Huh?
Sheamus challenged him.
Sheamus challenged them, right? Yeah, that's right. You're right. Yep, Sheamus challenged them to a fight. So, we got a 3-on-3 match between Judgment Day and the Brawling Brutes, man. And Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre were out there on commentary or whatever. And the match was good. I mean, I don't know what you expected. It was fun because of Dom Mysterio just being, a fucking... He's a weirdo.
And then him and Sheamus just
Sheamus
pounding
beat the
away.
shit out
Just
that boy. Oh my god.
he just crumpled onto the ring.
I was in pain. I was like, yo, he's really beating him in the chest. I was like, you can crack somebody's sternum. He trying to give him the Kofi. I was like, that's what he doing. He trying to give him the Kofi chest.
Yeah. And I think Sheamus and Damian Priest work well together. They look really like I wouldn't mind seeing
agreed.
them fight against each other in the future.
I mean, Sheamus just has bangers, man. That's what he does.
Yeah,
He makes
there's
he-
bangers
every
cooking
match.
on the stove. They're
It
cooking
was
on the
so
stove.
funny. I was like, what? I was like, what's
Banga
that
after
mean?
banga
I
after
don't know what
banga.
that means. I got another banger cooking on the stove. I was like, what?
And it's funny because he's talking about how good the matches are. He doesn't even need to win for these bangers to work.
Right, facts. Oh man.
But he's
that
not
shit
lying.
was
That man has
too
been on the
funny.
street. Like it wouldn't surprise me if when PWI does their thing, if he keeps going the way he's going, it wouldn't surprise me to see him in the top 15 wrestlers in the world because Sheamus he's on a run right now.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
trying to think of why would you said 50? Top 50 wrestlers?
15.
Oh, 15. Oh,
Yeah. He's on a run. He is on a run.
He
Look,
is on a run. He is
all
on
the
a run.
Walter stuff, all the Brawling Brute stuff. He's about to be in the ring with the Bloodline. Like this just keeps upping his cachet of the bangers thing. Like I'm not getting in the ring unless I know these matches are going to be certified.
Yeah. But the match was really good. Sheamus basically, fucking Dom tried to run away because he was getting his ass whooped, and then fucking the OC came out and chased him back to the ring, and then Sheamus just dogged the shit out of him, bro kicked him and pinned him for the 1-2-3. So the Brawling Brutes got the win. All 5 guys on the babyface side of the Survivor Series team posed in the ring. Drew was still on commentary, like he ain't want to fuck with nobody. And then he was like, all right, I'll come pose. I was like, that was weird. It was like he was up trying to upstage the other team, like, yeah, they all work for me. But then we went backstage, and we had Kathy Kelly back there talking to Johnny Gargano, and she says he's tested the Miz's alibis for a week now, so will he be doing the same tonight? Gargano said that Miz realized last week that he can't beat Gargano. He lied and all that, and what happened didn't sit too well with Gargano, so he challenged him to a rematch tonight, or last night. For whatever happened a couple weeks ago. Then Kathy asked about Dexter Lumis, and Gargano said he only wanted one thing out of this for Lumis: to do the right thing, help an old friend get Lumis what he deserves, meaning a contract, a job. They have a mutual understanding. Gargano won't get involved in their business next week, and Lumis won't get involved in tonight's match. Gargano goes on about wanting Miz one-on-one, no bells, no whistles, and yeah, that was it. And then we got the Miz versus Johnny Gargano, but we didn't get the Miz versus. We got something.
Yeah, man, he was doing a TikTok, cut his hand on the cactus. The cactus didn't survive, but you know.
Yeah, Gruss did this. I feel like Gruss sent an email.
Yes, because we got your the greatest wrestler, the grussless wrestler of all time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Amos.
The Miz brought out Amos to beat up on Johnny Gargano. And
the match wasn't that bad.
I missed
the match wasn't that bad.
I missed Tommaso Ciampa. Where's Ciampa?
I'll say the match was not that bad though.
Soon. I can't.
Also, you couldn't have Tommaso Ciampa because I was like, they gotta actually, when they wrestle, it actually has to mean something.
I know, and this feud means nothing. That's what I just now wanted to be. I was so into this when it first started, when Dexter Lumis was trolling the Biz, and then it just got out of control. He's showing up around his wife and kids at his house and shit. Yeah, and now it's finally culminating, and I'm very happy about that.
But I would say this match didn't make either one of them look bad. The fact that Johnny Gargano got this man to the ground. He super kicked him to the point where like he was able to get on the top rope. Damn near most men that has faced almost haven't, unless you're at the same size as him. He's the smallest wrestler to actually do something to him.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll give him that. He actually did do something, got him off his feet. So, but I just don't want to see Johnny Gargano losing. Almost, he just took an L to Braun Strowman. Don't he need to be like trying to get his dub back? Like, I thought they were going to continue that and give them like a series of matches, but it feels like it's just a one-off. You know what I mean?
Well, they were going to, and then Braun Strowman talked too much. So blame Braun about that.
Big mouth fucking Braun picking on all the little guys. But yeah, so that happened. Yeah, the Miz taunted Johnny Gargano from outside the ring. Then we saw Seth being mic'd up backstage. He's about to do an interview, and he was talking to Kevin Patrick. Well, we saw a fucking video package for Austin Theory, and Seth is just saying he's more Seth said that he's gonna defend. That's when he announced that he was gonna defend his U.S. title against Lashley in Theory. And Theory's been more dangerous now. And then that's when they're supposed to do a split screen. Rollins said he feels greater than ever despite the recent attacks by Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. He said that he's asked for a triple threat. He asked for the triple threat match at Survivor Series because he has a bone to pick with both challengers. He said, you don't tame a wild Lashley, you survive him if you're equipped with the right tools. And luckily, I have a PhD in getting back up. Never say die, is what he said. He said Theory may have lost everything and may be as dangerous as he's ever been, but he's still the stupidest person on earth. Not because
Maybe
he
has any
failed.
questions.
Yeah, not before he failed in cashing in Money in the Bank. Rollins actually, thought that was well timed because he said I would have done the same thing. Um, but it was that he tried to attack Rollins from behind to make a name off Rollins, using Rollins' own tactics, basically. And then Rollins told Theory to call Cody Rhodes and ask him how his rehab is going, if he thinks that's a good idea.
Yeah, we getting Cody references, so
Yeah, I think
he's about
something's
to be
happening
back.
there. Yeah, something's definitely going to happen there. He said they're not going to War Games this Saturday, but he promises it will be war because they are three men. Because these three men do not like each other, going toe to toe. They'll all be on the cusp or some blah 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 is what he said. You know what I mean? It was a good segment by Seth. His hair is basically all blonde at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, I was like, he might as well just
Going
dye.
back to
I
his
think he just
Hillish
got
roots.
he just got like the tips dark or something. He looks
Yeah.
kind of weird, but I'll get used to it, I guess.
Yeah, going back to his
Cuter
Hillish
content
roots.
guy, I agree. Johnny's too good for that. You know what I mean? Gruss, I'm sure disagrees because Amos is clearly inevitable. I can't even disagree anymore. But that's when the camera switched to Theory, and he says, Rollins, you don't understand me, bro. No one does. I hit rock bottom. You know what I mean? But that was the best thing that ever happened to me because I'm no longer being held back. He said, I'm no longer the youngest thing or the next big thing, not the kid, that kid that Rollins was in the ring with before. He said he's a man now. I'm a new man, and I will be taken serious. He says that after Survivor Series, the whole business is going to know what time it is. He laughed. He laughed and said that the disrespect ends here because nobody that wants to step up, anybody that wants to step up, will be sent home. And he's talking to Rollins and Dolph Ziggler and whoever else is listening. He says he knows Rollins is watching, and Lashley is probably somewhere punching the wall, but still watching. Theory said both Rollins and Lashley need to pay close attention to what he does to Mustafa Ali tonight because that will be the result at Survivor Series on Saturday. And I have to disagree because he absolutely destroyed Mustafa Ali, and I don't think that's going to happen to Seth and Lashley. He beat the shit out of Mustafa Ali. Physics, like, what are they doing with Mustafa? Like, I love this
He was
version
hurt.
of Theory.
He was
First,
wrestling.
I just like,
He was
hold on,
wrestling
time
hurt.
out. I just like to acknowledge I was right. I just want to say I was right once again.
About what?
Theory is the future. You saw what I put on the thumbnail. Austin Theory is the future. I've been driving the
I mean,
Austin Theory bus since he's been in
I
NXT.
said Austin Theory was the future. Yeah,
All right,
same
well,
here.
I'm just
So,
saying
like,
some guys in
when
the
he was
chat,
with Evolve,
other people, I've seen other people talk about how bad he was and all that. I was like, Austin Theory's literally got everything. Everything. He's young Randy Orton. Just I didn't know it was the briefcase. I didn't realize that what was actually fucking him, but it was. You know what I mean? And this version of Austin Theory is the version that I've been waiting to see, and I knew he had in him. So I'm super excited about his future, what we get from him. But yeah, he beat the shit out of Mustafa Ali. Mustafa got a little bit of offense in, but basically,
yeah, the
he just
tornado
got destroyed.
DDT, which was
Yeah.
picture perfect, and of course the 450.
Yeah.
But due to his ribs, he wasn't able to make the pin.
Yeah, that's what they were selling, that his ribs were too hurt the whole match because he came out taped up and all that. So was what it was. Austin Theory did his thing. What we have after that? That's
Lashley.
when Lashley popped up on the screen and was just start talking shit like, yo, you think you tough, son? I'm on my way out there right now. I was like, oh shit. But Theory didn't back down. He stood out there. He was all busted up and shit. I don't even know how he got busted up during the match, but he was busted up, and Lashley came out there, and I'm glad Lashley didn't do his fucking whole entrance and pose and shit. He's done that before. Like, bro, just run to the ring. You can't, that's weird. But yeah, he went out there and they start brawling. You know what I mean? Tossed each other around a little bit. And Theory got a hold of a chair. You know what I mean? After he got thrown over the barricade, and then he smashed Bobby Lashley with it, and Lashley looked at him like a tick had just, or a flea had just landed on his shoulder or some shit. And that's when Theory legged it because he realized the Terminator was in front of him. So he was like, I'm going to go ahead and leave now. I hit him with a chair, and it looked like it gave him an energy boost. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. So, I don't know if that was smart because you just had him looking all tough and standing tall. Then he starts running off like a chicken shit hill. Like, bro, you got a weapon. Hit him again. I don't know. Bash him in his head this time. No, they're not gonna do that. But I'm just saying. And then what we have after that? We had Alpha Academy versus Elias and Matt Riddle.
The MVP of RAW, your boy, Chad. I run this show, Gable, doing his thing as usual.
This match was.
I enjoyed the
long.
match.
This match
Was it long? It was like 5 minutes.
This match was it?
Wasn't a long match.
I felt like this match.
But then
was
I
like
had
10,
fast forward,
15
so
minutes.
maybe it wasn't long on my
I
end.
feel like this match was definitely like 10, 15 minutes. 100%. It was definitely like 10, 15 minutes. And, I mean, it's standard. Like, the wrestling is A1. Let's just get that out the way. Matt Riddle's great in the ring. Elias is serviceable. Otis, I like Otis' style in the ring. He just reminds me of Mark Henry or somebody like that.
I thought Chad Gable almost
And
died.
Chad Gable is one of the greatest wrestlers on planet Earth. Like, we not even
with
gonna act
the
like
head
that's not the
scissor
case.
out the ring
that
by
was crazy.
Riddle.
Yeah.
That thud was loud as
Sounded
hell when he
painful.
hit that ground.
Yeah. Started laying.
But shout out to the
laying
suplex on the
bass drum.
apron by Gable. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was. Looked brutal too. The match was good. Riddle and Elias got the win because Alpha Academy can't have nice things for some reason.
I mean, they can't win every week. They won last week, so
yeah, now they're 5 and 700. Hey, good for them, I guess.
Hey, you got to build it up.
They got a
You gotta build it up.
.0003 winning percentage.
That's future tag team champions right there.
I hope so. I've been calling for that
Just
forever.
we gotta get we gotta split these damn belts up.
Yeah, I know, man. You're right. Yeah,
That's
damn
what's
it.
messing everything
The
up.
belts is messing everything up, bro. All the stories are fucked up because of the bloodline, man. But they're also the best stories. So it's like, I don't know what to do.
That's what you gotta take. That's what you gotta take.
Oh, man. But after the match, Riddle and Elias were celebrating. We went, Elias and Riddle were, celebrating while Alpha Academy was pitching a fit. And then we got another. This whole block of Raw.
Oh, your favorite segment?
This block of Raw, like, I literally dozed off. I dozed off for a moment. I had to wake up and rewind it. And it's like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to fast forward back through this part that I rewound. Because I don't want to see none of this. Oh, my God. Why did JBL and Baron Corbin playing poker again, man, and talking trash to the Butler?
Their new APA.
No.
It's the new APA.
No.
Says we're still broadcasting.
Okay, there we go. We back. It's still broadcasting. Okay, like I told y'all earlier, Ecamm just did an update. So yeah. All right, the comments pop back up. All right, same stream. Good. I was actually watching the guys at Ecamm do their live stream about this, and the exact same thing happened to them. So that's a bug they got to fix on the stream. But sorry about that, guys. What were we talking about? JBL and Corbin. Something I don't.
We're talking about your favorite segment of the night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Backstage playing poker. The
new APA.
No. You're not getting that one in. They are not. Stop disrespecting Ron Simmons like that, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna call him.
Ron Simmons is popping up next week.
Damn. You know, hey.
And you're like, let's get the band back together.
Oh God. There's not enough time. WWE doesn't use their old wrestlers like AEW does. That's one thing AEW actually has over them. Because this whole shit with JBL is just a fucking mess at this point. They were backstage playing poker, and some shit happened. They were insulting the waiter and all this shit. And who the fuck was back there? I don't even know how the match started, honestly. Drew McIntyre was back there. And he challenged to a match or whatever. They had a match, and it was a long-ass match. The longest match of the night. It was like, how did these two get... Drew is great. I don't want to disrespect Drew McIntyre because he's great. He doesn't really have bad matches, but it's hard to make Baron Corbin interesting. I'm sorry. It's just hard to make Baron Corbin interesting. I don't know what it is about that dude. He hasn't been interesting since the Lone Wolf gimmick went away. Drew McIntyre got the win with a Claymore kick. It was a good match. Like, the match wasn't even bad, Fizz.
Yeah.
The wrestling was good. It was just boring as fuck. You know what I mean? And it was just like draining the life out of me watching this shit. I was just like, oh my God, can we get somebody else? And it was so long. But it was what it was, man. Obviously JBL tried to interfere. Tozawa came out at one point and, was hopping in his lap, and it was shenanigans, you know what I mean? Distractions and shenanigans, but it was what it was, man. Yeah, and JBL and Corbin were sitting there looking stupid after the match. Then we saw what we have. Kathy Kelly was backstage with the OC this time. And Kathy asked if emotions were running high going into Survivor Series because of the history between AJ and Finn. AJ said that they are because he and Finn were close, but he realized that this is his family, his brothers and sister, and this thing with Finn has come to an end. And AJ says, basically, I guess burying the Bullet Club for good now. AJ says he will give Balor the beating he deserves on Saturday, and he will make it phenomenal. Balor walks up and confronts him. He said, if AJ thinks he's a bad guy, he's wrong, because Balor is worse. He's the devil. MJF. And when you dance with the devil, you never dance again. He's so ridiculous. He says the most ridiculous shit on purpose. Then we heard Rhea Ripley yell Yim's name from behind. Yim, Balor, and Damian Priest and Mysterio attacked the OC at that point. A big brawl broke out backstage, and Graves had to call for security. And that's what it was. They were fighting out to the parking lot. It was cool, little fight scene, little brawl backstage. Priest sent Gallo through a car door. Anderson slammed Dominic on top of a hood of a car. Then they had to get the officials out there to break everything up. And then we had the Women's War Games Advantage match. Is this a first? Did they do this in NXT? Was there a match to see who got the advantage? Fizz? Because I'm not 100% sure.
Hold on real quick.
Oh, okay.
I gotta do some family stuff real quick. Hold on.
Oh, no,
right?
take your time, man. I'll be here.
All right.
And let me switch over. Boom. So, yeah, I'm not sure 100% if so. Oh, so do they always do that? Chat, let me know, because I never heard of a War Games Advantage match. I'm assuming that's to see who gets to go have their person going first. I assume I probably missed the explanation for it. Q said, I have a question. What streaming services are y'all using? Everything is like, I use Ecamm Live, man. I got an affiliates link in the bio. It's probably not in the bio right now because I haven't put the description in the video yet. But yeah, it'll be in the bio after, or you could look at another video, and it should be in the description of the Ecamm. But it's only for Mac users. So if you have a PC, then it's a no go. Okay, all right. I wasn't sure if they actually did this before. But yeah, we had Rhea Ripley, Mommy, going up against Asuka in a match that, I mean, I'm sure anybody could watch on any pay-per-view or any show. You know what I mean? Asuka and Rhea Ripley, two of the best women in WWE. And, they had a really good match, man. It went back and forth. You had the groups out there with them. And, it wasn't really too much nonsense until towards the end, because you got fucking, what's her name? Nikki Cross. Her name's not Nikki Ash anymore. It's Nikki Cross now. But you got her out there, and you got Damage Control and all the ladies out there on the hillside. And you got Bianca Belair and fucking Alexa. No, not you. Hold on. Alexa Bliss.
I thought I heard my name.
Okay, shut up, lady. What's up, Robin? Robin Plays Games. Thanks for stopping through, my guy. Appreciate you watching. What we talk, Asuka and Rhea Ripley. But Belair basically before the match got on the mic and talked, said she's been looking forward to fighting Rhea Ripley, and they're gonna be tearing each other up for the title. in the future of this division soon, and all that good shit. Like her and Bailey have been doing. And it's all gonna come to an end on Saturday with Bailey, and then she can move on. And then she said war games again. She said she may have won the battle for now, but she's not won the war, and she can't do it alone, and wouldn't want to do it without her girls. And the crowd cheered or whatever. Mia Yim, says she's okay, she's ready. And then Bianca basically said, y'all gonna shit your pants when you find out who our fifth member is, but we gonna save that for Friday. And the crowd got mad. The crowd was like, what the fuck, man? Why would you even tease us like that? Just tell us now. But that's what we spoke about earlier. We still don't know. It could be Sasha, it could be Bianca, or it could be Becky. Could even be Charlotte. It's not going to be Charlotte. But yeah, it's a number of people that it could be. But the match itself between Asuka and Rhea Ripley was really good. The ladies, got it in. They did what they did. It was a couple good 2 counts, a couple good near falls, I should say. And Asuka tried to lock in the Asuka lock at one point, but Damage Control came out the rings. They were at ringside. They were taunting her or whatever. Rhea recovered in time and knocked Asuka back into the corner. That's when Bliss and Belair were back at ringside, and Rhea Ripley walked into a roundhouse kick from Asuka. Then Asuka took her down with an armbar. It looked like she was gonna get her to submit for a second, but Rhea resist. Rhea tried to resist but couldn't, like I said, and they trade some counters. Then Rhea hit the Riptide out of nowhere to get the pin. She did the sexy pin that we all like when Rhea does. When she stacks the other girl, it's like this looks, so it's close to scissoring, but not quite. You know what I mean? I just want to see the acclaim pop up when she does that. It said everybody loves scissoring. And she's trolling everybody with those pins too. Rhea Ripley knows everything that she's doing. Trust me, she knows exactly the exact reaction that she's getting when she does stuff like that. So yeah, shout out to Rhea. She got the win. Looked great doing it over Asuka. Kinda clean, I guess. Not really, but kinda. Little minor distractions. But yeah, that was it. That was Monday Night Raw. It was a show. I don't know if this show got me hyped for War Games. I think I'm hyped for War Games just because I want to see War Games on the main roster. I'm not sure if I'm hyped because of the builds of this match. Now, the men's match, I think I'm a little more into because of the whole Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens dynamic, and seeing how Roman Reigns interacts. We don't really get to see him in matches like this with, groups of people. He's kind of just standing off doing his own thing, defending his titles. So I'm a little more interested in that. When the women's side, I mean, no offense to the ladies, but it's just like, I don't know if I care that much about Alexa Bliss and Asuka. I care about Bianca, but I don't know. Something ain't connecting for me with this one, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It was a good Monday Night Raw. Now, I will give it blunt ratings. Promos and backstage segments. I mean, I really love the Austin Theory promo. Seth Rollins is always good. But then we had stuff like fucking Baron Corbin and all that bullshit that we had. The OC's promos were okay. Finn Balor's funny as hell. So I gave promos and backstage segments 3.5. It was pretty decent. Matches, I gave the matches 3.25. There was some decent wrestling on the show. The main event match was probably the best match to me, Rhea and Asuka. Baron Corbin and Drew was okay. Alpha Academy always looks decent in the ring. There wasn't anything spectacular on the show, though, as far as in-ring performance. Storytelling, I gave storytelling 3 blunts. Maybe I'm being hard on this show. I'm not sure. But like I said, neither of the builds like really did it for me. I don't even know if it's the builds or just the execution of the builds. I don't know. It's just not exciting. There's nothing like the only thing that's really interesting out of both of these matches is Sammy and Kevin and what's gonna happen between those two. Like that's the most interesting thing out of all these 20 people that are in these matches. So, and then I still got to see Matt Riddle talk about bongs, and this is wrestling on weed, So I'm obviously big Riddle fans over here. At least I am. But what he's doing now is probably the worst work of his career. I ain't gonna even lie. This is the worst Matt Riddle we've ever seen. I didn't know he needed Randy Orton that much, but clearly he does. I don't know if Triple H is mad at him. I don't know what the hell is going on, but pairing him with another motherfucker who's not been over since he was side by side with Kevin Owens and Elias, that was not a good idea. You know what I mean? That was not a good fucking idea. So I don't know what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Honestly. Hold on, let me end this over there before something else happens. Oh, and I get to test it out. See, I can end a stream in specific locations now. Is it gonna work? No, not doing that. That's crazy. Yeah, they gotta fix these bugs. That's why you shouldn't stream in a beta. But fuck it, we here. But yeah, man, it was a decent show. Like I said, 3 blunts for matches or I'm sorry, storytelling. Commentary. What do y'all want me to do? It's I can't do Kevin Patrick. There's nothing interesting about that guy. Nothing interesting. 2.5 blunts for commentary. And the crowd was okay last night. I think they were in New York, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that. But yeah, the crowd was okay. I gave the crowd 4 blunts. They did pretty good. They were pretty hyped for stuff that maybe wasn't so exciting. So got to give them credit for that. So it was a decent show overall, man. You guys let me know what you thought about it in the comments and all that good stuff. I don't know what happened to Fizz. I'm going to talk to him after the show. Hopefully everything's good over at the physics household. But I'm going to go on and get up out of here. I got a lot of stuff to do, and my kid is waking up. Look at that. Perfect timing. So I'm going to go do that, be a dad and all that stuff, and I'll see you guys on Thanksgiving. Are you guys going to watch a live stream on Thanksgiving? Because I already did my Thanksgiving with my family this past weekend because everybody was in town, and that was the only time we could all be together. It was awesome, too. We had a great time. All my cousins and my aunties and my uncles and everybody. Yeah, I did my Thanksgiving. So I'll be in the crib chilling with my son and my friend. And, I'll go live if you guys want me to go live. You know what I mean? So if you guys want us to do, and I feel like we should because, well, it's not a AEW pay-per-view, but I feel like there's going to be some stuff happening on Dynamite that we might want to talk about. Plus, I'll probably be bored. And football's on. So if we go live on Thursday, it'll be early in the day before the games come on, obviously. Before you guys get to eat and all that stuff and pass out from the itis. You know what I mean? Give you guys something to do early in the day. Watching a live stream, hanging out with your boys. So we'll try to definitely be here on Thursday, man, to see what's good. Gruss said he'll drop in. I know the Blue Grinch gang will pop in for a second and say what's up, man. That's why I appreciate y'all always, man. So until the next one, Jags didn't lose. Raiders won. Cowboys won. It was a good. It was a good week for all of us. That Devontae route in overtime, boy, he turned that man all the way around. It ain't his fault. We 3-7. It ain't Devontae's fault. Oh man, we need some help at the coaching position. But that's it, guys. My kid is waking up. All right, I'm going to get up out of here. Shout out to the Cowboys, man. I got Tony Pollard on my fantasy, on 3 of my 4 fantasy teams, and they're all 7-4 and better. So shout out to Tony Pollard. He is main reason for that. Him and Jamal Williams, you know what I mean? Got lucky with those 2 picks. Yeah, and my fantasy teams are balling right now, you know what I mean? So I'm happy about that. But no more fantasy football talk. I'm going to get up out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. It's your boy, Mr. HD, and King Aka Physics. I think he got up out of here before we actually mentioned that he lost his Wild Nation predictions title to Super High. I think that's why he dipped. He didn't want me to have to acknowledge that before because he knew I was going to bring it up, you know what I mean, at the end, and I don't think he wanted to hear that, so he got up out of here. But that's it for today's show, man. I'll see y'all on the next one. Deuces.